Now, here is something I do love as well. A bit of bluegrass. Can't beat it, I don't reckon. In a moment, I'll be chatting to Chris Eaton and Rabbit Robinson from Round Mountain Girls. And they played at Woodford Folk Festival. Perhaps you saw them there. And they're off to Tamworth very soon. And exciting news there is they've been nominated for 2 awards. Golden Fiddle Awards. We're going to find out more about that and them in just a moment, but first up, from their album, it's called White Rum. Here is the title track on Coast FM.
Adrenaline pumping through my shirt. Somebody sponge me before I get hurt. Need to wring it out and leave it for on. There's a bar full of juice for you to pour on. One candle burning, I see your face smiling at me.
That is White Rum, the title track from Round Mountain Girls' album. And isn't that a beauty? And with me, I do have Chris Eaton and Rabbit Robinson from Round Mountain Girls. Hello, thanks for joining us on Coast FM.
Hi, Mary Lou. Thanks for having us. It's great to be here.
And Round Mountain Girls, I'm thinking of that song, She'll Be Coming Round the Mountain.
Well, we're all based around Round Mountain, which was on fire a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, down at Cabarita.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. So we're all sort of based around there. And, yeah, not quite sure how Rabbit, how did the name come around? I'll deflect this one to you.
I was under the impression that the band was originally all girls, and one by one they went on maternity leave, and the husbands had to take over.
They realised we were actually much better at playing instruments than we were looking after the kids, so it ended up an all-male band in the end.
Well, blokes have got to be good for something. And
not according to my wife.
Well, no, if there's any instrument that needs playing in this band, it seems that someone in your band can cover it. Now, Chris, you played banjo.
Yeah, I play banjo and guitar, and but there is a vast plethora of instruments on offer. We have the equivalent of a musical Swiss Army knife in the front man, Brad Hales. He seems just to be able to peel anything off, whether it's a pipe or a didge or a harmonica. He playing guitar. Most of the band plays something else as well, so the show's constantly changing.
Except for Rabbit. Now, Rabbit, you're a designated fiddle man, but most fiddle players play mandolin as well because the tuning's the same. How about you?
Well, we've got a mandolin player in the band, so we've got fiddle and mandolin.
Oh, so you don't do dueling mandolins then?
Well, almost every song feels like that, but I play an electric 5-string, and the band's really interesting to play in. There's so many changes and things.
So you have managed to score Round Mountain Girls a pretty big nod at the Tamworth Country Music Festival, which is coming up soon. So tell us about the Golden Fiddle Awards. What does that entail?
Well, we were nominated for 2 categories, and now we've actually moved on to being finalists, and they've asked us to play at the ceremony as well. So we're very excited about that. I believe it's the best song featuring a fiddle player, and do you remember what the other category is, Chris?
Best composition.
Right.
Yeah, featuring a fiddle. So, yeah.
And what track is that for?
White Rum was the composition.
Great.
And we submitted 2 other songs. I think Ricky Tikki was one of them that it was featured as the best CD or best album with a fiddle player on it. So.
Well, we better play that one in a moment or two. So, bluegrass itself. Now, I have this theory that bluegrass is kind of, it's the macho, testosterone-laden, I can play faster than you can play kind of bit of country music. Would you agree with that?
Well, there is a bit of that, I think, goes on, isn't there, Rabbit? Rabbit, you've got to see the live show. We do this, an old traditional, it's a Scottish song, I think, originally called Drowsy Maggie, and it just gets faster and faster. It's on the album, but the speed we're now playing it compared to how it was recorded, it just goes into overdrive, and I'm sure one day he's going to set himself on fire.
It's certainly a physical challenge for the band to see how fast we're going to play it tonight.
Yeah, it just keeps ratcheting it up another notch. We get round to another round of it, and we're off again.
The crowd stir us on as well. So.
It's kind of like the adrenaline sport of music, isn't it? Bluegrass. Is that what attracted you guys to it?
What attracted me to it was the sound of the banjo. I was a rock guitarist, you know, who used to lug around Marshall amps and a Gibson Les Paul and all that kind of thing. I just got too old to carry it all around, so I just loved the sound of the banjo, and I think that's what got me into it. I don't know about Rabbit. How did you?
Well, I was originally a classical violinist that didn't like country music, and then one day I heard The Devil Went Down to Georgia, and I suddenly realised what I was missing out on. I was only 17 at the time, but it just changed my whole life around, and Buller McCanker and Stuart Watson and all those sorts of people. I've always been a big fan of them.
I think you're right about the speed thing. We played down at the Beach Hotel in Byron last night, and just looking across an energised audience. I mean, it's predominantly sort of 20 to 25-year-old backpackers in there, you know, and it was just fantastic. The place went off, and just looking across at the energy and the smiles on everybody's faces. It's very happy, very up music, you know, and the live show really brings that out, I think. So,
and you just had a fabulous time at Woodford too, doing that very thing.
We'd been knocking on Woodford's door for a while, and we got in this year, and just so happy to be there. Very discerning audiences, you know, but they're there to listen and they're there to have a good time. And we just had an absolute ball there. Made a lot of new friends, but it's quite daunting because of the level of the standard that's there. It's just fantastic music. You don't see any dud acts, and we're just very honoured and humbled to be there, really, in the presence of those people, and for it to go as well as it did. We're just so happy to be a part of it. Yeah.
Well, you did 4 shows at Woodford Folk Festival, but the Tamworth Country Music Festival is coming up, and you've got a bit of a marathon happening.
How many gigs is it, Rab?
10 shows in 7 days.
10 days. Wow. Yes. I'm tired thinking about it. The voice is already croaky, so yeah, it'll be huge. There's a couple of days when we got 2 gigs in a row, and 2 gigs in the same day. But it's just great. We just want to get the show out there and let people hear what we can do.
How long have Round Mountain Girls been together? Since all the wives left?
Yeah, they all got pregnant. Well, my boy's 16 now, my eldest one, so it must have been soon after that. Probably in his current state, about 3 years. We got a new drummer in a couple of years ago. We had the old Sunny Boys drummer, I don't know if you remember them, a guy called Bill Bilson, Alone With You Tonight and all that kind of stuff. And, he was our original drummer, but he'd done all the touring and stuff before, and his wife said that he couldn't go on tour again, so he had to leave. But we got a new guy in, Rex Carter, and he's added another dimension to the band. And, it's very exciting.
Well, everyone gets to do a solo at some stage in a bluegrass band. Does the drummer get to do a drum solo?
Absolutely.
He does, doesn't he? Yeah. No, we cover a song called "Walk Like an Egyptian" by the Bangles. Yes, amazing but true. We can murder any song we like.
It's not on your album, though.
No, it's not. As the royalty things came into play there.
Yeah, try to get the originals out there.
Yeah. I think we will do a cover album at some stage, because we do take songs like that, and Joker and the Thief by Wolfmother, and we take some classic covers and just turn them inside out. Pachelbel Cannon by Johann Sebastian. No, it wasn't Johann Pachelbel. Sorry.
I think most people on the coast would have seen a sensitive new age cow person who do every song as it was meant to be done.
That's right,
bluegrass style.
Yeah,
and they did every cover under the sun. So you're a bit, they're no longer around.
No, they are. I saw them at Woodford, and they blew me away because they're really good players, and we're sort of similar but sort of different. We're a bigger band. We got bass and drums, and we take the rock approach to bluegrass and country music, I think. And anybody that's seen us, we're like 18-year-old kids with a Marshall stack, and that's the way we take it. And I'll say it's just full of energy and jumping around.
Well, you've got 3 lead singers. You've got this amazing lineup. Yep. And Chris, that would be a Liverpool accent, I'm thinking. So you got the kind of the music cred there, the Liverpool side of things.
Well, I was growing up in Liverpool, and it was a great place to, as a sort of teenager to be growing up in. All the bands. It was a really vibrant, live music scene, and that's where I cut my teeth in some pretty hard places as well. Some of the places that we had to play. It was tough going sometimes, but it was great musically to grow up there. And, there's a bit of humour on the album as well, which I think comes from that neck of the woods as well.
Round Mountain Girls with Ricky Ticky from their album White Rum. And if you want to find out more about Round Mountain Girls, you can check out their website, all the W's, roundmountaingirls, one word, .com. Might be worth just going to Tamworth and following them around. 10 gigs in 7 days.